As you know, a laser is not just good for a sword. And as you might guess, in this episode we will be using lasers. Stay with me. Well, this is not the first machine from Algolaser that has arrived to me, or about which I can make a video, but this is the more serious machine that has arrived to me, as it is the Algolaser Alpha MK2, which means it is the MK2, or the second version of the Alpha. In this video, I will show you how to assemble it. I will tell you the technical specifications, and obviously I have worked with it a bit, so I will share my experiences. Let's go through these. Let's start with the assembly, as this is a relatively large machine, but it has some special features. The first special feature is that it is not made up of the usual aluminum profiles, nor do we get a single cast aluminum frame, but rather a bent metal frame, and we need to assemble the machine from 4 of these pieces. The manufacturer has essentially assembled everything for us, so the timing belt, the tensioners, the electronics, and everything else are already in place where they need to be. Our task is simply to assemble the frame, and once we have completed the frame, we then attach this carriage to the machine's area. On top of that, we place the head, connect the cables, and we are essentially done. Additionally, one more thing remains, which is the installation of the air assist system, as the manufacturer provides a complete air assist system with this machine at no extra cost, and it's quite a good one at that. So, the assembly itself is considered very easy, and it's very important to highlight that the manufacturer did not include 1,000 different types of screws. We encounter only one size, which is used to assemble the frame. This significantly shortens the work because we don't have to search for the screw locations or figure out which screw goes where. The same type of screw is used everywhere. That's about it for the assembly. Now I'll quickly show you the machine, highlighting the components we encounter on it, and I'll also demonstrate this air assist pump. Let's start with the pump because it's a really good piece. It looks like the air comes out from the front here, which then goes into the machine. The pump is a very high performance pump, which means it can push air out and into the air assist system with a pressure of 32 kilopascals, specifically into the machine's air assist system. During use, there isn't too much noise, which is great. And a very positive aspect is that we find rubber feet at the bottom of the machine, so the small vibrations that occur won't transfer to the tabletop. This also reduces the noise. We also have a standard thread here in the middle, so we can even mount this pump on a small tripod or other supports if we want to. I think it's unnecessary. It stands perfectly well on these rubber feet. There's one more thing to highlight about the air assist pump, and that is that it comes with a controller where you can adjust the amount of air passing through the air assist system between 10% and 100%. Now, this is really great because we can set it to maximum for cutting, and for engraving, we can adjust the air amount between 10% and 100%, allowing us to control the depth of the engraving and the darkness of the engraving. The less air we use, the deeper and darker the engraving will be. The more air we provide, the less deep and lighter the engraving will be. So this is a really good pump, and it's very important, I repeat, that it's already included in the price of the machine, which is great because for a 20-watt machine, especially if we're cutting, we will definitely need the air assist system. With the use of the air assist system, smoke formation is reduced, the cutting edge becomes much nicer, and the possibility of fire formation is significantly decreased. So we definitely need to use it, and since it's included in the package, make sure to use it. The other thing I definitely need to introduce is the head, as this machine features a 20-watt laser head, and this 20-watt laser head is mounted on the machine with the best fastening system I've seen so far, because instead of screws, we just need to lower a small lever to remove the head and adjust its height. As you can see, this is a 20-watt head. We have a small viewing window here at the bottom. The laser beam comes out through this small nozzle, and the air from the air assist system also comes out through this small nozzle. The air enters here at the top through this opening. We find very high quality connectors on it, and there are also indicator LEDs that show whether the head is powered and if it is working. This is roughly how it looks, and what you need to know in this regard is that its output power, that is its optical power, is 20 watts. The 20 watts are typically achieved in these heads by placing 4 or 5 watt lasers inside and focusing their light into a single point, resulting in the 20-watt output optical power. Regarding the machine, it's very important for me to say and mention that I really like how it's assembled. The cabling is excellent. There are very good cable holders everywhere that keep the cables in place. They ensure that the cables don't get caught during the movement of the head or the rail, preventing any fire hazards, due to the head potentially getting stuck during operation. I can say that this is the best and most beautifully cabled machine I've seen in a long time. And this cabling also applies to the air assist system. As I mentioned, it's connected here to the head, and the other end is connected to this small box on the side. And from this small box on the other side, through this tube, it needs to be connected to the air assist pump. And through this, the air will enter here and from here into the head. So these are very well designed. I really like them. Overall, I really like the machine itself. It's very durable. Despite being assembled from such bent sheet metal profiles, we have received a very stable, very rigid machine frame. One more thing I would highlight in this regard is that compared to many basic machines, here the height of the legs is adjustable. You can screw them in and out and thus adjust the height. This is useful if the workbench surface we are working on is not completely level. Here you don't need to place various shims under the legs to stabilize the machine. You can adjust its height. And that's about all I wanted to say regarding the structure. Let's move on a bit to discuss what system this machine uses, because this is a very interesting point. And the manufacturer also asked me to highlight this, and rightly so, because it's really great. What exactly are we talking about? We're talking about the fact that this machine has an operating system, which is the manufacturer's own Algolaser operating system. Through this operating system, we can control the machine, and the operating system can be controlled through this small display here. This is a touch-sensitive display, and so essentially it can be operated just like a phone. It's really great because we can connect the machine to a PC via USB, but if we don't want to work through a PC, we can set up all the workflows through this display. This happens by transferring the file we want to process from the PC to the machine. This can be a vector SVG file, but it can also be a simple JPG or a PDF and 1,000 other file formats, because we can usually cut these SVGs. The JPG and other image files can be engraved. So we copy this into the machine, and once it's copied into the machine, we can start everything through this display. We select the file we want to process, and the machine offers us the option to choose what material we want to work on. Once we have selected this, the machine, based on its pre-programmed material table, determines what carriage speed and laser strength we need to use to ensure the work is done properly. Of course, if you are experienced, you can override this as you know what material you are working with, and you can decide if what the machine suggests for the given material is too much or too little. You can adjust this and set the speed and laser strength to the appropriate level. So it's really great. If you've gotten this far, you can start the work through the display. And once you've started it, you'll be able to see how much time is left, how long the work will take, how much time is remaining, and it also shows in percentage where the work currently stands in terms of time. It's also important to highlight that the machine has Wi-Fi, and through Wi-Fi. You can even connect a mobile phone to it. So if you want to use this machine, you can do it in several ways. You can use it through the mobile phone application. You can use it through its own operating system and its own touch-sensitive display. Or you can use it from a PC as well. If you use it from a PC, it supports popular software such as Laser GRBL, which is the free software, and Lightburn, which is a paid software and a more advanced software, so indeed more advanced. If you want to do jobs, then it is recommended to use this. But if you only want to make individual work pieces, or perhaps test pieces, sample pieces, then the machine itself, along with the built-in operating system, is perfectly suitable for you to perform, start, finish the work, and have everything completed. It is very important that the manufacturer is able to continuously update the firmware of both the operating system and the machine. We can do this through Wi-Fi. So if we have connected it to the home network, we can update the operating system via Wi-Fi, but we can also do it with files, meaning we can upload the firmware to the machine and start the update this way as well. The point is that this machine, due to its built-in system, software support and mobile support, will be good for beginners, even absolute beginners, because it is very easy to manage. Essentially, you have to go through the work process set up in a very straightforward manner, and it's almost impossible to make mistakes. But if you don't want to use it as a beginner, you can use it with PC software like Lightburn, through which you can access a multitude of settings. I don't think there could be any objections to these. They are all superb capabilities. And of course, I tested these capabilities as I do every time I use any engraving or cutting tool. In this case, I didn't engrave with it because engraving with a 20-watt machine is not really an art. With this machine, you can engrave into all sorts of soft materials. So with 20 watts, you can start with cardboard, but you can also engrave into dry leaves, engrave into fabric, engrave into leather, or engrave into plywood. But what's really interesting is that you can even engrave into steel. So you can engrave stainless steel as well. So in this case, I didn't engrave, but cut. And I made this little wall decoration. Originally, it would have been twice this size. So I reduced it to this small size. But it was made from plywood, 4 millimeter thick. As I mentioned, 4 layers were cut, painted, and glued together. This is a tiny wall decoration, really just an example of what can be made with this machine. From Christmas tree ornaments to birthday gifts, a wide variety of things can be made with it. For example, I was just looking at Easter table decoration, since Easter is coming. So the next project will likely be to make a few cute and decorative Easter table pieces for the family. But the main thing now is that I made this little wall decoration. You can see that there are incredibly thin little ghetto parts in it, really. This machine can cut very precisely, very precisely and beautifully. So I can absolutely recommend it for such tasks. I haven't mentioned the price of the machine yet. In this basic package, which includes the Air ASIC system, we receive a coupon, and its price is 225,000 forints. But without a coupon, you can choose a larger package, one that includes the honeycomb base plate. It includes adjustable height legs, a glass rotary, possibly a complete box that can make the equipment completely fireproof, so you can decide which package you would like to purchase. The main point is that the basic package, including this air assist system, tubes, and all sorts of things, costs 225,000 forints. Of course, as usual, I will place the link below the video where you can purchase the equipment, and if it has caught your attention and you're interested in this machine, make sure to read my written review as well, where I can provide further details and pictures. I will also include the link to this under the video on YouTube. Click on it, read it. I think it will be worth it. You will also find the coupon code under the video here, which makes the 225,000 forint price available. Well, that's about it. I think I've said everything about it, so I'll wrap up this broadcast here again. Be good, take care of yourselves, and still enjoy the spring. And, of course, subscribe to my channel if you like this video. Bye.